Let's watch this video here. Take a look at this amazing dancing.
Oh, God. Here we go. Nope, it's not playing yet.
It should be. Oh,
no, it's not.
Hold on a second. It went to a different screen. Hold on.
Boomer moment.
It fucking opened up an Instagram, and I don't have Instagram.
Here we all just wait.
I can mute it. Let's just mute it. Who gives a shit about her song? It's so bad, like the whispering. And I like how she thinks she owns people. I thought we make woke. It's to get you silly racist.
Yeah.
It's funny because she's complaining about saying how we're all mad at her because she's apparently black, and yet that's not the reason why. Everyone hates the Acolyte because it ruins the lore of the show. There's nothing to do with the fact that it's skin color at all.
To be fair, though, she is a shitty actress.
She is, but that's got nothing to do with her skin color, and that's got nothing to do with the fact that she's got a pussy. It's like you got to be kidding me, right? The narrative that they keep trying to push, yes, the narrative fucked, but yes, the narrative that she keeps trying to push, and this is the equivalent of the Ewan McGregor video with the what was it? The Revo.
Moses. The racist fans.
Yeah, Moses Ingram.
Yeah.
This is just their bullshit crap that they just keep throwing out there.
Yeah, they're stuck in 2016 tactics. And it's funny, like Lucasfilm is one of the last companies that still does this on a regular basis. Like every show that they put out that's Star Wars that does bad, like it's racist. And it's funny, once again, we have House of the Dragon pop out at the same time as a show like this. And that show has the same things that they're saying people can't get over with this show. It's got black characters. It's got a gay character. It's got lots of women in charge. I mean, there's a fucking queen at war.
They
race swapped the Valerian character, the sea snake.
And he's fucking amazing, though.
I like him. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
And you go check the audience score on that. It's all positive. Everyone seems to dig the show. And they're not having any of the supposed hate that this show's getting. It's like, maybe your show just sucks ass.
Yep.
Yeah, that's literally it.
I tried to give her the
move.
I don't know. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt.
People keep saying this is like a tribal dance. Like, what the fuck is this? Is the worst twerking dancing I've ever seen.
What tribe is it from? The gay tribe? Like, what the fuck is that?
Gay men dance better than this. Don't insult them.
It's true.
Oh, that's right, Spoon. You're in Africa, so you can denounce.
I used to be, yes, and our tribes back home don't dance like that.
Yeah, so
there is actually, ironically, a lot more spears and shields. Like literally, that is actually what tribal dancing looks like.
I love the fact that she's like dancing in front of like these like.
Thank you for crushing that, because that's the stupidest cope. This is some tribal dance. Like, it's just bad dancing.
Yeah, it's not.
It's funny to me that she pressed upload after she finished that dance. Oh yeah, I got him. You know, in her mind, she's like, "Ooh, I got him now."
I will say one thing that is funny is that once she starts rapping, like the first 5 seconds of her facial expressions, that is more acting than she's done in like any of the Star Wars shit.
100%.
I'm just like, you actually can do emotions. Why don't you do that in the show, you jackass? You might get better ratings.
Well, and it's funny that you bring that up, because I originally thought, okay, the director's being a piece of shit and telling her not to emote. But when I watched this video the first time, I'm like, you really don't have much range, do you? You can make a constipated face, and that was impressive, but there's not much else happening.
She plays both twins the same way. The both twins have the exact same facial expressions, no matter whether or not.
I just love that the twins have the exact same haircut, even though they haven't seen each other since they were kids.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I got actually there's like interesting stuff you say that like about their hairstyle. I've seen like twins that were separated and they still kind of dress alike. It's I've seen that with I can't remember where I saw it from, but they found these twins and they didn't know each other, or they thought they were dead, and They still kind of had a lot of similarities. It's really strange.
There was a paper that did like 5 of them, actually. I know what you're talking about. And yeah, it was really fascinating. They were like, even a couple of them were across the world, like living in different countries.
The thing is like the way that they look 16 years apart, like that's still a valid criticism, but it's so minor in regards to the rest of the garbage that you get out of the show, whether it actually be just the simple aspects of storytelling and filmmaking and, you know, script writing and all of that sort of thing, or whether or not it's actually law breaking, canon breaking, and continuity breaking. I mean, the biggest thing out of this last episode was the Kiadi Mundi thing, right? Like, he's not even supposed to be alive. And then
I was more baffled on the dead Wookiee out of nowhere. Like, he's just dead.
Oh, yeah. But also, too, dead from like a lightsaber that's now got a sharp edge on it that doesn't actually go right through the body. When, you know, you get impalements that people survive with no problem.
I'm really looking forward to Grace Randolph's review, which I do have pulled up for Tom. Tom personally requested that we go over it. So
you're going to torture us again.
I can't with her right now. She's crazy.
Well, you're going to have to, Savvy, because we're watching it.
It's a good
Why do you hate me?
Fucking X.
Refresh.
I can pause it now. She thought this was a win. This is so stupid.
Yeah, she thought this was like a big clap back at all the racist, toxic, misogynistic fans out there.
You know who she reminds me of? Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Yeah, the fucking hair as well.
She's got the same kind of mindset as him. And like,
they're actually kind of the same too. They're both raised in luxury.
Yeah, both raised in luxury.
By white.
Maybe
I don't know if I don't know who his parents were. If he had a mixed.
I think he was adopted or something.
He was adopted by a nice white family. So he grew up in suburbia.
This is Colin Kaepernick after the transition.
She was also raised in luxury because I think her daddy is a rich oil guy. That's what he's rich at something. I don't know if it was oil or what. Someone in the chat will know.
People at Disney.
Yeah, he knows somebody.
Well, no, you're not going viral on Twitter again. The show is going viral on Twitter again.
What is that? This I'm going viral on Twitter again.
Yeah, the
because she can't sing, dude. It's rather obvious.
I've never heard anyone who made me feel good about my inability to sing. Like, genuinely. I've heard some bad stuff before, but like, this makes me feel fucking good about myself.
It looks like she's about to catcall someone.
Oh yeah, they're saying Colin Kaepernick is half white, half black too.
I mean, that much is obvious.
I just know he was adopted by. I don't know if he was. I wasn't sure where he was.
Yeah, he was raised by a white family.
You could use some.
Exactly.
She hates white people. Like, she hates herself internally, I bet.
And it's hilarious to me because the half of her that is white is Danish. So she's literally descended from Vikings who, you know, raided people. And she's just like, oh, white people. And it's like, yeah, you understand that's half of you, right? Like, your people are literally that. But okay, whatever you say.
She doesn't even talk about who was enslaving who, you know, when this all started.
Okay, yeah. There's one thing you have to be aware of with these people. All of these things that Hollywood puts out, I don't believe any one of these people are actually racist. Like, legitimately. This is just like a career move. If you put these people in a different environment, would they still have the same beliefs and there is no clout in it? No.
Oh, I don't know.
It's only because of the environment. No. If you put any of these lefties in the Third Reich, they'd all be staunch Nazis because they all just support the power of the regime. There's nothing organic about these people's thinking at all. None. They're just drones.
That's honestly what I believe too. Yeah, like if being like pro-American was like what the status quo was, they would all be flying the flag. Everything. They just do whatever the hell it is. That's There was an article about what's his name, Marty O'Donnell, the Halo composer.
He's running for.
He talked about how
the House.
His experience. Yeah, and like in his experience, he said that a lot of the people he worked with in corporate, they had no values. They just basically absorbed whatever was considered the status quo.
The thing to do. Yeah.
So that's all it is.
Well, it's like the left used to be all about grow your own veggies. And then one day in 2016, it became white supremacy. And now they don't support any of that. And I'm like, y'all.
I know, it's great. I really like that because it's going to make their society suck and ours look better. So I'm like, I'm all in favor of you trashing my culture because ours is better than yours. And without it, yours will suck and you'll die. So go right ahead. I'm not that bothered.
Man, this weird fucking tickle in my face constantly.
It seems like you're the one weaponizing hate, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And these are the ones that are actually racist. And these are the ones that are actually sexist. And these are the ones that are actually bigots.
The desperation of oppressors is rising.
Yeah.
Nobody that enslaved anybody is alive today. So it's like nobody had anything to do with any of that. It's such a stupid thing. Oh, oppressors. I got to tell you, after watching that Disney video, it seems like there isn't a group that's been oppressed and pushed down, and it ain't you.
Mm-hmm.
They are fully aware of that, by the way. So it's not like saying this to them is going to change their minds. That's the one thing people should realize. If you are trying to use rationality and logic to appeal to people whose perspectives are not based on that, there is no fucking point talking to them.
At all. Oppressors is rising. You're so out of touch. Oh God.
I'd like to introduce her to current day. Yeah, I'd like to introduce her to current day Africa with some of the things going on there. Like,
oh, so would I. I would very much like to do that. I will take her hand and say, like, yeah, look, this is what happens when you don't have my kind of people in charge. You would have no fucking career if that wasn't the case. So good luck to you.
Yeah.
Where's the misinformation? You are the one that went on that interview and said white people crying is my goal. Where's the misinformation in there? Because it's from 2020. You still did it. You still said it.
Yeah.
And you said it to a guy who fled a nation once the white people no longer had power. Fucking irony.
Was it true? I could be wrong, but was it true that in South Africa they actually wanted to bring back the white farmers?
That's what was in Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Oh, my bad.
Well, actually,
yes.
we call it's Rhodesia. That's Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but that's basically what happened is after that regime took over, obviously, if you get rid of people who grow your food, you will induce famine. So they went further up north.
Crazy idea.
I think, and radical, I know. I think the Zambian government, because they also have fertile land, basically just went, we have a whole group of farmers coming in, and we have arable land. Can we strike a deal? Yes. And then basically they just, basic business took place, and they grew farms in Zambia instead. And then after a while, like, hey, look, our entire economy over in Zimbabwe that is like 75% dependent on agriculture, basically tanked the entire economy. Like, yeah, no shit, you killed your main industry. Ugh. Same thing happened in South Africa.
What is that? Do you see that? I can't. I'm afraid to roll back because the thing. Well, let's try. There it is. Got it.
The eye roll.
Looks like she's got like somebody shot something in her eye there, you know? We so bored. Don't fuck with our discourse.
Yeah.
Did her agent tell her to do this?
The funny thing is that
Lucasfilm told her to do it, honestly.
The thing is the chorus is a bit of an oxymoron. The chorus is a bit of an oxymoron because you're so bored you don't fuck with our discourse. But the funny thing is
doesn't make any sense to me.
You're responding to our discourse with this video. So you mustn't be really bored of it. You must be offended by it and scared.
On top of that, claiming YouTube videos. She's spending time, her time. This rich individual who could go anywhere in the world is instead scrolling social media.
Yeah.
Claiming videos, responding to her dumb shit.
Yeah. And it's her claiming them too. My claim, it came through, it just says Amanda Listenberg. Normally it's like a company or a this or that. Like
it's got her name on there, that's what's interesting about it. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it on Monday. I'm waiting to see how many. I want to find everybody that's been struck. So I know Rhino, side scrollers. Did Geeks and Gamers get hit?
No, they did they did. He tried to load it up, like put it out, and before he released it, it came up with the claim.
Okay.
So I don't think Jeremy released that one. I think he re-recorded one and then released that one. And I think that one was fine.
Well, my lawyer, potentially criminal, will be contacting her if there's a problem here.
Oh, is that how we're doing that now?
How does she have no ass at all?
No, it is flat as Brie Larson.
I've got more ass.
That's the white man's curse for her.
She's got Brie Larson's ass that's flat, like a washboard.
She has the guy. I got more of an ass than she does.
Hey,
she needs to go do some. She needs to go work on them glutes.
Yeah.
That's how cool we are. We appropriate everything. We take it all over.
But this is
ours now.
It's
my word now.
Point on his video in regards to this is for everybody to have a universal understanding of the definition of a word. It's not appropriating it. We've just used it to basically show exactly what woke is and exactly what you're doing with woke. Like, it's not that we're appropriating it. We're just pointing it out that this is actually woke. You know what I mean?
Oh, hail Hypnotic in the chat.
Power. Speaking truth to power, you're a Hollywood actress. You're a multi-millionaire. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Hail Hypnotic. Hail the bigot army. Good to see you. Isn't this clickbait?
Yeah. Exactly what it is.
That's what she's doing right here. You know what you're doing.
This line, I'm glad you paused it right here. Journalists, I'm looking at you. You're supposed to be telling the truth. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Because all of the journalists are on her side.
Yeah, defending her. Yeah. Exactly.
There's all kinds of articles right now saying, yeah, she's owning them.
Yeah. But why is she calling them out? She's literally insulting them here.
I think she's saying that they should be doing more.
Again, you're trying to use logic. It's not supposed to make sense.
Hey, they tried to loop the video and they thought that it was a bad idea that they decided to delete it. So, maybe they are starting to speak some truth a little bit.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. We're
almost done, though.
It is, man. I've like fast forwarded to the dancing parts at least 20 times because I can't. I'm like fascinated by how awful it is.
Like a train wreck.
Whenever you see this, you basically want to look at how many just regime slogans can they fit into the space of like 200 seconds. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Sugar bumps.
Let's just go to the dancing part.
Flash? Jesus.
We're just going to get to my favorite part. Here it is right here. And I find this funny. The future's coming and it's always the youth. It's the one thing Star Wars doesn't have.
Yep.
They don't have the youth. Kids don't watch Star Wars.
And they're rebelling against the current narrative too. Have you seen the shit where they're like pulling down pride flags? Like,
yes.
Kids don't like what's in. They rebel. It's natural. It's in their fucking DNA and their biology and their little pea brains. They're rebelling against you, bitch.
Someone brought something up to me and I thought it was really good. You know the way that in the wild, things like berries and certain frogs have really, really bright colors. It's to indicate it's poison.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's like a DNA thing in kids that they just look at bright colors and go, I don't know what that thing is, but instinctively I'm telling to avoid that.
It's not that. I think it's more of this is the mainstream and kids like being counterculture and they like being hipster and
here we are.
It's punk. Punk rock is more of a mindset than it is adhering to a set of ideals. And it's like right now the punk rock ideals are, tearing all this shit apart and being the opposite.
Get a single chicken.
That's a really good.
That's edgy.
That's a really good. It's a really good point about the counterculture that you made there, because these people think that their counterculture. It's like no, you're mainstream. You're reflecting everything coming from all of the organizations, the government. The counterculture thing, you're seeing a lot of people now, like a lot of these kids, like starting to go to church and stuff. It was like making it cool to be like a church, like going to church.
And doing traditional things, farming. They're farming is so fucking in right now. It's actually wild, and it makes me really happy because it's very important to me. But yeah, it's sorry, I'll go on a tangent.
I kind of wish the church had better branding, because if you look at historically speaking, considering what the church used to do, like spreading the gospel was done through the sword. I mean, my God, you've got so much badass imagery for the church. Fucking lean in with that shit.
Yeah, talk about how they took over Britain.
Architecture.
Yeah, talk about when they took over Britain and just slayed Saxons and said it was God's will. They just mowed them down.
She's talking about she's doing all look at that girl that has millions of dollars in the bank, sitting in some neighborhood that's probably in poverty, and she's trying to virtue signal, but that's not her culture. That's not her upbringing, and this is what makes it so hypocritical. Like you said, she grew up pampered, in luxury, has millions of dollars. And here she is shaking her ass as if she's struggling.